Teddy, glad you've made the decision to be with us. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore, and we're glad to be bringing you action and welcoming you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Remember, double up in the jab.
They're scheduled for 12. Here's round number 1. Chico's getting back to basics. A good, solid jab. Good, clean shot, returning fire. Well done by the Brown Bomber. Teddy, can the shorter fighter in a matchup like this be effective? That was a left hand that came raining in on him. He does not look good right now. Expect him to clinch. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. A well-placed left hand up top. Good block there by Chico. And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there.
Yeah, good one.
Halfway through round number 1. Targeting that belt line with the right hand. Good block by Alvarez. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Couldn't hit the elusive target with that straight right. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. The Brown Bombers impressing the judges and himself with that right hand. Final 10 seconds of round number 1. Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot as we come to the end of the round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Chico's still feeling the effects of the damage that he took earlier. He is clinching more and more as this fight goes on.
Now he's got to be a little worried that the referee's not going to tolerate it. Maybe give him a warning and start taking points away. So he's going to have to find a way to kill some time, get himself better, but start creating some offense too.
Keep pushing.
Reaching the halfway mark of this round. The Brown Bombers just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. Comes right back at him with a left hand. And he ties up on the inside. He's committing to the work downstairs. He puts forth a right hand. Took a shot. Now he gives a left. Now his opponent got away from that uppercut. Final 10 seconds. You can almost see it just by the way a fighter sits down on their stool at the end of a round. As we come to the end of this round, you can tell that he's full of confidence and he can't wait to get right back out there and continue doing what he's doing.
Well, you're right. The first thing that I noticed is his back's not leaning against the corner pad. You know, that's a defeated fighter. That's a fighter. He don't want to go back. Something bad happened to him. You know, he's leaning back like that. You have to pick him up from the stool.
Nice.
He's got all his weight forward. He can't wait to get going. You know that he's positive. You know that he had a good round.
The Brown Round's defense penetrated by a well-targeted uppercut. Teddy, I've heard you say it many times before, but the better fighters have a wide array of punches.
Yeah, well, you have to, because obviously your opponent is going to adjust to what you're doing. You want to keep them off balance. Stay effective.
To the head he goes with a left hand. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. The Brown Bomber's right hand working well that time. He scored well.
Keep working the body.
Alvarez is rocked by a huge hook to the head.
He's tired. He's tired.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Very effective with the block and then the score. Alvarez is now showing us something that could have a great impact on this fight, Teddy, and that's his ability to counter.
Yeah, he's mixing it up a little bit. We know he can lead. We know he can get off first, but now this dimension, serving him well.
And that does it for this round.
What you doing? Keep the jab pumping and throw the lead right hand.
The Brown Bombers enjoying a lead on Teddy's scorecard. The first time we look at the scores ringside here tonight. Although early on here, it's not as if either man is in complete control of this fight.
Nice.
Good snapping jab.
That's what you need to get inside. Hey, Joe, if you're going to rob a bank, you need a smoke screen so the guards don't see you coming. You want to get inside? Use a jab.
Nice. Nice.
She goes, tagged by that powerful hook. Halfway through round number 4.
Keep doing what you're doing. Back to the body.
Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs.
Keep those hands up.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head.
1-2. 1-2.
The Brown Bombers able to land a nice, clean left hand. Fourth round now with its last 10 seconds. Joe and Teddy with you here in between rounds. A round in which, boy, he really just dominated his opponent. Teddy, he's got to think things could be coming to a sensational ending for him when he gets off the stool here.
Well, he's showing that to you right now. I'm looking at him right now, and he's starting to get up. There's a couple seconds left. There's probably 5 seconds left before he has to get up, and he's getting up early. That shows you right what you're talking about. He's chomping at the bit. He's confident.
There's the hook. Teddy, there are opportunities that are here for him, aren't there?
Yeah, counterpunch opportunities, because he's got an opponent who's walking in a little bit. Now he has a chance to start to chuck something back at him a little.
Keep working the jab. Good. Good.
Alvarez is coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Alvarez is hurt by a superb hook to the head. Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. A minute and a half to go. Scored well up top. Alvarez is able to avoid that punch.
1-2. 1-2.
And now he scores well with the straight right. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Good smooth work by Chico. That's classic counterpunching.
Yeah, what he did was he pulled that right shoulder back. You know, he just pulled it back, gave him the left shoulder, and then gave him the right hand.
Goes up top with a right hand. Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. How about a return to sender with the left hand? A little head hunting with the right. I don't know, Teddy. It just feels like one of those nights, one of those fights where somebody's getting hurt, where this is not going to the judges' scorecards.
I feel like I'm in Coney Island watching one of those hot dog eating contests where somebody's going to try to eat 50 of them, 60 of them. In other words, he's not worried how he's going to feel at the end of the night.
Oh, very nice. Smart counterpunch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
He falls victim to that big hook.
Focus!
Able to show you his blocking ability.
Nice! Let's see some more head movement.
Nice block by Alvarez. Teddy, when you've been in the corner in your career and you have a charge who is not making a lot of contact, what do you tell him?
The first thing I tell him, Joe, is shorten up your punches a little bit. The other thing I tell him is he's making you miss, so you know what? Feint him a little bit. Get a false move out of him. Get a premature move. And when he moves, then time him. Now you're going to catch him.
You see what happens when he commits to the uppercut. Look at that. Great work there. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work. Ricardo Alvarez is... Big shot comes crashing home. Late goings here of this round, and he goes down. Can he survive it? He went down from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Round comes to an end. Knockdown was scored in that round. So, Teddy, you're working the corner, the guy who was just on the floor. What are you telling him?
You're telling him that...
By Ricardo Alvarez. Heard from that. The Brown Bombers going out there after just being knocked down in the last round. If you're standing opposite him, what's the mentality? What's the strategy here?
Well, you want to go after him, but you don't want to walk into a trap either. You want to kind of size him up a little bit. You want to see if he looks like he's okay, but at the same time, keep in your mind that he might be trying to con you. You know you hurt him, so put that pressure on, but do it smart.
And now you can see him utilizing the jab.
You know, a lot of times you see a guy on the outside bouncing around, staying away. You understand the use of a jab, but when you're coming forward, you have to come forward with a cover. And that jab, that's the cover.
Chico's swinging and missing like he's at bat right there. That punch was nowhere near his opponent. Halfway through the 7th round. And he just holds on there. Chico's proving to be elusive.
Just like that, just like that.
And he's just not engaging in the fight. He clinches again. about that left hand? Coming towards the end of the 7th round, 10 seconds to go. And the round comes to an end.
Deep breath, some water. You're good.
We open up round number 8 with a look at Teddy's scorecard. One guy up, the other guy fading.
Well, the way it's going right now, Joe, he's doing enough. Just enough to lose.
That is a sharp uppercut by Alvarez. Alvarez, his opponent's probably looking at him right now saying, wow, you're not changing anything up. You know, he got to him moments ago. Now he's got the same style that he's looking at again.
Yeah, but he got to him moments ago. Got to him one time. I think right now it's too early to all of a sudden throw everything out the window. But look for an adjustment if things don't change. If he can't get away from those punches, if he keeps having problems, he gets stunned again, then you might have to look for a change. You might have to make a change if you're going to survive.
The Brown Bombers wanting the counterpunch here. But that doesn't seem the route to go here in this fight, Teddy.
No, he has to be honest with himself and see that. But, you know, people under pressure in all walks of life, you know, in the ring especially, you see it right away. You kind of peek at it right away. It's obvious. Maybe he doesn't want to see what he has to see, because then he would have to discipline himself. He's not ready to do that. Then he would have to make the change. Maybe he just wants to leave it this way. At the end of the day, people are going to say, oh, that guy fought a kind of fight that's, you know, hard to fight with, you know, and he has an excuse. Maybe that's what's going on right now.
Get after him. You got this one. Looking good. That's it.
10 seconds remaining in this round. And that's the end of round 8. Alvarez is, well, he's back in the corner, which is critical in terms of trying to stop the bleeding on that cut. But it's also critical because they need to put forth a new defensive game plan.
Yeah, they have to make sure that they buy some time here and start moving their head, using their legs, tying up a little bit, doing anything to kill the clock and not get caught on that cut anymore.
That's it. That's it.
Protecting his head well with his guard. Chico's got to be really careful there, Teddy. I mean, he's leaving himself wide open.
And what's going to happen next? See, you know, he's leaving himself open. He hasn't paid for anything yet, but that will be coming before you know it.
Back to the
90 seconds into the 9th round. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. Oh, you see him with the left of the head there? Here's a moment here as you see the step-back counter-punch where you realize this is the sweet science, not just some raw savagery swinging out there.
Look at the little subtleties here, Joe. What he does is he forces them into a position to stop the punch. And then when he stops, steps back, makes a miss, and comes right back.
The Brown Bombers' right hand scores well that time. Last 10 seconds of the 9th round.
Just keep working, and this is your fight. Don't get lazy out there, all right? Don't get lazy.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. Really frustrating his opponent now. Alvarez is so defensively sound, it doesn't make for an easy target.
No, it doesn't, and it makes for a very frustrating night for his opponent. I see his opponent now, if you notice, he's getting a little tentative. He's afraid to let the punches go because when he misses, he's worried he's going to leave an opening.
Chico's opponent landing an effective counterpunch right there.
Head and body, head, back to the body. Keep working the body.
And we've reached the halfway point of round 10. The Brown Bombers way off the mark. That punch didn't have a chance. Turned that hook over, but couldn't turn it into a connect.
That's it, just like that.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Alvarez. The Brown Bombers got no chance of keeping his opponent off balance. None at all, because he's not moving at all.
Maybe he doesn't want to. You know, guys start to deteriorate, not just physically outside, but inside. Maybe he's given up already. And maybe he doesn't want to fall down. He knows everybody's going to see that. But maybe this is his way of getting out of there. He knows the ref's going to stop him.
To say, just keep it up. Just keep it up. That's it now, all right? It's nice.
I'm sure as a trainer, when you get in a spot like this, there's extra emphasis of letting your charge know just what he's capable of pulling off. I look at your scorecard. He's only trailing by a very small margin here in round number 11.
Well, the key right now as a trainer, and you just touched on it, you have to remind your charge, your fighter, of why he's doing it. Things that he understood when it was nice and calm, when everything was very understandable. When he told you in the gym, hey, I want to be champion. You got to remind him of that and say, okay, here's your chance. Here's your moment.
Get that head moving.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. The Brown Bombers, he is damaged back solid, and he goes down again. Will he get up from this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
So this is where instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to stay in the middle.
Gotta see those come.
Able to block and counter back.
Yeah, that's it.
Alvarez is showing you a little defensive skill there, able to move away from that punch. Last 10 seconds of this 11th round. Chico's defense did a good job there, able to avoid that punch. This round is in the books, and it looks like the gas tank on this fighter may be heading towards empty here. What is this, a case of guys just not putting in the road work and the conditioning prior to a fight?
No, you got to figure he came in. His weight was good. Scales don't lie. We looked at the weight. He came in pretty good condition. I think what it is now he's starting to get broken down a little bit, physically and mentally. The other guy is starting to impose himself on him.
Alvarez is putting together punch stats tonight that fall right in line with what his strategy is. Outside fighter, throwing lots of jabs, landing lots of jabs.
Well, what it is the jab is the table setter. And the jab tonight has set up the table where he's been able to eat whenever he's wanted.
Side to side, move your head.
A flush hook scores well for him. Chico's movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. Halfway through this 12th and final round. Last dance, last chance. Last minute of the last round.
It's okay. Pay him back.
And they will bring it home in the last 10 seconds of this final round. Completely one-sided fight. At least that's the way we saw it.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw it any other way, you'd have to put a warning out the next time these judges judge a fight, kind of like on a pack of cigarettes. You know, this could be hazardous to your health. I mean, these guys could be hazardous to your career if they scored any other way.
Here's the official decision. Alvarez's dominating performance gets the payoff with the decision. A unanimous decision. Teddy, your scorecard reflects that as well.
It was an easy one to score. I mean, he did it fundamentally well. It wasn't